in my hand,
Yes.
I'm holding two of these eyeball
Yeah, the
finger
puppets.
The finger
Yeah.
puppets. One is red and the other one is pink. Which one do you think is the pink one? In my left hand or in my right hand? And I'll do the sounds so that you can see if you can tell which one's pink one. All right, here you go. That's because you can hear their little eyeballs moving in my hands. Okay,
no,
go
I
ahead.
totally heard it.
All right, which one?
Okay.
Right hand, left hand, pink one. Okay.
It's that one.
You're literally pointing at both
Oh,
at the same
I'm
time.
pointing at you.
Left or
Okay.
right, left
All
or
right.
right, left or right. Gotta do this.
My left or your left?
Just my right.
The
or-
left.
or the left, yeah.
I don't know. The right one.
Right, neither.
I would
Neither
like to pick
pink-
the right
Neither
one.
pink or red. Yeah, I was lying.
Rick.
It's the.
I really felt good about that because I just
You were-
told you
you
to.
feeling
I wanted to pick the right one. So
Yeah, you were like, I want it to be right, no
trick
matter what
question.
it is. You were trick questioning.
Just give me the right
I was
answer.
trick questioning you. I can't believe it. Oh, Now, how did that make you feel that you were duped?
a little bit, yeah, a little sad, a little tricked.
A little sad. It's
Yeah.
like because and you believe that like you
I
were
really
trying to
thought,
picture which one was.
I
Pink,
honestly
right?
thought you had a red and a pink one.
Yeah,
I'm a little disappointed.
It's interesting about what truth is.
So the truth, I mean, integrity, living a life of integrity, which is, basically showing your true self all the time, right? And
Yeah.
And so obviously, I think that we all struggle with that. I mean, I know that, I've had moments where like I don't necessarily want that part of me to be seen by people that I really care about.
I think when we talk about truth, we
Yeah.
get immediately of like, Brandon, did you break the vase or not? You be honest right now and you tell me. You tell me if you broke
You mean
that
from
vase.
last week when you broke it while you were busy cleaning the area after
Did you do it? Tell me if you did it right now. Tell the truth.
I didn't reach out to stop it?
Kim totally saw him do it. He just kicked that crayon. Just
Who are
like
you
that.
looking at? Are you looking at? You don't get
I'm just
Kim on your
pretending-
side.
For doing more lies and
Do
pretending
not-
Kim's here.
Do not get Kim on your side. Kim was on your side last week when you guys had me sing.
I'm the editor of this show. Kim is always on my side.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, but we're talking about truth and the
Right.
idea of that we tend to think of it more of like tell the truth of whether or not you broke the vase or not. When the
Right.
vase breaks, suddenly we feel bad and we're like, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the thing we're afraid of is getting in trouble, right? The consequences
Oh, absolutely.
of our actions. And we sometimes think...
Plus, I don't want to pay for the vase.
Right. That vase was very expensive.
And
Very.
500 years old, likely.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Family heirloom.
Vases are always family heirlooms. I don't see the store vases for sale anymore, so
No.
they must have been. They're not produced anymore.
No.
They're gone.
Somebody handcrafted it 500 years ago.
But we always think about the consequences of what might happen, and we don't want to get in
Right.
trouble, and so we think that lying is a better solution than facing the consequences.
Absolutely.
What's
no.
interesting is that lying doesn't actually end up fixing the vase or solving the problem. It just makes everyone more confused.
Right. Yep. Nope. I agree. And so this actually reminds me of a pretty good story.
I would hope so because I was segueing it so well.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, when you threw your hand out there, it was pretty obvious that you wanted me to tell my story. Hey, Brandon, this is your opportunity. Tell your story.
Tell your story,
So,
Brandon.
yeah, absolutely. Sit back, Rick. Kick up your heels.
Oh.
Get comfortable.
I can't. My legs are broken. More lying.
We are really going to, this whole episode?
I was trying to figure out how to incorporate that, but
So-
to show how the ridiculousness of what lying really is.
Because my shoes are tied together.
Yeah, my shoes are tied together.
So I can't lift my feet.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm 7 years old, right?
As we all
And-
are.
Yeah. Not right now, kids. That was a lie. Back when I was 7 years old is what I meant to say. So my parents used to buy these big Costco-sized boxes of Quaker Oats fudge-dipped granola bars.
The good
and
kind.
I loved these things, right? Still kind
Yes.
of do. So,
What do you mean you still kind of
well, I've grown up. We've graduated to Snickers and Twix.
That's probably a bad move.
Yeah, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, so they stored this thing down in this cupboard. So late one night, everybody's gone to sleep. It's probably like midnight, 1 a.m.,
Yeah.
I come out. I'm sneaking down the hallway, super quiet, tiptoe, don't want to wake anybody up. Get into the cupboard, rip the box open, just candy bars everywhere, right? Start grabbing them, tearing wrappers off, and I'm just like cramming them in my face.
You turned into like
Quaker Oats
some
bars.
type of weird werewolf.
Cookie Monster?
The moon came
Bloofer.
out. It was a
Yeah.
full moon, and suddenly Brandon comes out of his bedroom. Like,
It's totally true.
fudge.
That's actually a little closer to the truth. So
There's some truth in everything.
I'm eating like this entire box worth, right? And
Did it occur to you that you would have to clean up this mess?
I'm 7.
Oh, right.
Okay.
So no.
So not at all.
Right.
So creep back down the hallway, get into bed, wake up the next morning. My
As
parents
any
are
innocent 7-year-old child would do.
absolutely. So anyway, sneak back down the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
climb back into bed. And next morning I come out, and my parents are standing out there looking like there's a crime scene because there's candy bar wrappers everywhere, boxes shredded.
Now, before they interrogate you, did you wake up thinking like, nah, I don't have to worry about this, like completely forgotten about this scenario that's about to unfold?
As soon as I got around the corner, I knew. I was like, oh, you did that last night. Yeah. Right? It's all coming back to me.
Oh, way to
So,
go.
so my parents, very calmly,
Yep.
Brandon, do you know what happened here? Mm-hmm. We had these 2 small puppies, so I totally blamed it on them.
But puppies don't like chocolate. What are you talking about?
Yeah. No, dogs will eat anything, Rick.
Oh, right.
Anything. And we
They're-
had 2 little cute black labs, and they ate everything.
So you classically blamed it on the dogs.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to go on a big old guess here and say that your parents did not bite into that little story.
You know, interestingly enough, I think I've blocked the total outcome there because likely
The whole memory's a blur now. I don't remember
likely-
this about my life at all.
Can you imagine like a 7-year-old coming out after having eaten probably 16 out of 24 candy bars and having no chocolate on their face? Hey, chocolate's got to be somewhere on me, right? I mean, I devoured like most of the box.
When you go to bed full of chocolate face, you
Yeah.
don't come out later like big old clean.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, and I'm sure my pillow was probably smeared with chocolate
my
fudge
gosh.
too, right?
Yeah. It was the dogs, I swear. What's that on your pillow?
Seriously.
And that's the problem.
No,
with,
I'm sure I was busted.
That's the problem with lying is once you tell one lie, then all of a sudden there's more opportunities where you have to keep the lie going. You know?
No,
Like,
absolutely.
And so we have ourselves a situation where we feel like, oh no, if I've lied once, I have to keep lying. Otherwise, I have to admit that I've lied. Not just I did something wrong. Now I have also done something else wrong.
right, multiple.
It gets too complicated. Could you imagine that mathematical equation that you have to like lay out on your bedroom wall? Just like, okay, got to keep all these lies going. You got the chart list, the big string everywhere,
Yarn
Yeah,
everywhere.
it's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't keep it together.
Right. Way too much. Way too much.
Somebody's gonna find out everything.
Well, and so you know what? So that's what this is about, right? Is being honest and integrity,
Yeah,
right?
I would say that that's not a very great way to live your life. If you
No.
had to, one, you're not even paying attention to what life's going on in front of you. You're constantly in your head just thinking about all the lies you got to keep
How
up
do
going.
I- yeah.
How do I keep?
How do I keep
this
telling-
false life that I've created going? I'm pretty sure that God tells us somewhere in the Bible. It's just coming to me now. That we're
Yeah.
not supposed to lie. I think that's a thing.
Definitely.
That God, and I think we all can agree that we know lying is not good. We know
No,
that.
absolutely.
But it is something that God says, like it's in one of the 10 commandments, do not lie.
Right.
And there's a reason why God is asking of integrity of us because he wants us to live a life that is truthful and honest, that is holy and blameless. And I know there's going to be times where I mess up and I don't tell
Yeah.
the truth, but God wants me to strive to live truthfully. Or I think there are times in the Bible where we could see people being faced with a situation where people are asking them to live differently than the way that God told them to live.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So in Daniel 1, they're asked to eat this really fancy food and drink wine, and
Yeah, and the whole reason that Nebuchadnezzar is asking the people of Israel to partake in that was all about getting them to come over to his side
Right.
and the way he's thinking. And he doesn't really
Right.
want them to live for God. He wants them to live for him. And so
Exactly.
he's tempting them
Yeah.
to let go of living a life for God and start
Absolutely.
living a life like he's living. And he's doing this with treats and big fancy
Right.
feasts, good food, quote unquote. And we know what the food really was, though.
Yeah, right.
But anyhow,
Campbell's what? That's the best part. And here's the thing, right? Is Daniel and his friends, right? They could have easily just kind of gone along with it.
yeah,
you know?
they could have.
Who
totally
would have
started-
said, Daniel, what are you doing?
They could have totally just started taking whatever food Nebuchadnezzar offers them and been like,
Rick, where'd you get those?
Those fudge, yum. Mm.
Rick!
Oh, what? Did you want one?
About half the box. But the thing is that what's important here is that Daniel wanted to live that life of integrity.
Yeah, so imagine Nebuchadnezzar was just holding food that, is just so, like, it looks so good. And then he's like, oh, I really want that. Oh, it'd be really tasty. Maybe just one, right? Can you imagine? Like, yeah, imagine you're a little 7-year-old
Yeah.
boy and you're just like,
Oh,
look at those
yes.
things just sitting there. Maybe I could
Absolutely.
just take
Yeah.
and no one will know, right?
Exactly.
Could you imagine them thinking that Daniel thinks to himself,
Oh,
like,
yeah, sure.
no one would know if I just bit into
Well,
this
and
big giant feast.
He could have. The King's granola bars and,
Right, that's
fruit
what
punch and high C. And
That's what we'll call the Nebuchadnezzar's feast. A feast of granola bars.
Yeah, fudge dipped granola bars. Kids, thankfully, Daniel had more willpower, self-control, and wanted to honor God more than Rick.
Oh, eating these bars doesn't honor God?
No, definitely, yeah, no. Daniel chose to instead say that, hey, we would rather have water and vegetables.
Right.
And so, you're not seriously. So that's how Daniel chose to live a life of integrity, honoring God first, instead of doing what he knew he could have gotten away with, but definitely would not have honored God.
I mean, it'd be pretty terrible if Daniel just took like a couple bites and then hid it from everyone. But I think that's the
Fed
part.
it to the dog.
I think that's the part that we all forget is that God knows. God knows when we mess up. He can see us.
Right.
And we think we can hide things from him, when we think we can hide things from others. But that's the part that when we lie like that, we really are damaging not just the relationship with the other person, but we're also damaging our relationship with God. Because when we're not honest with other people, we're showing God that we don't value what
Yep.
he wants out of our lives.
And yeah, and obviously, my parents may or may not have known that I ate most of an entire case of
You mean to
fudge bars.
You mean to
but-
tell me for 47 years you didn't go back and apologize to your parents about eating all
Easy
those
there,
granola
Rick.
bars?
It was a lot closer to 82 years.
Oh, right. Sorry, I got your age.
But yeah, definitely, I'm just saying they may or may not have known. How many of those are you going to eat, Rick?
How would they not know
Yeah.
that you would eat this many bars?
That might be a light number. At the end of the day, right? We need to be honest. We need to not tell lies. We need to be truthful.
Right. Because ultimately, truth isn't just about making sure that we're right or
Right.
in the right. Truth is about being in a real relationship with God.
Right.
And we always talk about that we want that. And it starts with being honest with God and ourselves
Right.
and others. And that's really important. Honesty is not just something that we do when we don't lie, tell the truth, but being honest is also being truthful about who we are. And
Yeah.
that's how we discover a real relationship with God.